Ramblin' Man Moto here. I've pulled out the Super Chief Limited today. I think I'm going back to that church parking lot to do some practice that I did yesterday. But I'm going to do it with this smaller bike and practice some of the basics on this bike. And also get this bike out using a little bit. I don't have a mount yet for the handlebars for the GoPro, so it's just the helmet cam. I might share some of this footage. We'll see. It's pretty hot out here today, and I'm in the full leather. I tend to be fine with that when I'm rolling. It's only occasionally when it's too hot. Boy, this bike has such a different feel. Ooh, look at all that dirt and pollen. This bike has such a different feel than the Springfield. And part of it's the Corbin seat where I'm sitting in the bike. Whereas the Ultimate, I feel like I'm on it. That still bothers me. And it's just lighter, of course, and so you can feel that difference too. Alright guys, Ramblin' Man here, and just a couple of observations. You know, I rode around in this parking lot yesterday on my Springfield, so I thought I'd bring the Super Chief Limited up here today. And one of the things I'm finding is that, man, the bike feels awkward. I have ridden it, I think, 3 times since December, the day after Christmas, is when I bought the Springfield, and I've ridden it, I think, 3 times or so since then. And man, it feels really awkward to be back on this bike. It didn't feel awkward the other 3 times. I felt pretty good on it. And you know, I've been pretty transparent that I've been riding for about 2.9 years, and only in the past 5 to 6 months have I felt this nervous. Now, I dropped this bike once doing a slow speed U-turn. The video is posted out there somewhere. But I got back on it and kept on going. And after a few, minutes or 30 minutes, I was out of my mind, and I just kept going, no problem. And then that Springfield, when I dropped that at Skyline Drive, I think part of it was this feeling I couldn't lift it up by myself. So I have it on my project list. I'm going to drop that bike in the driveway gently and practice picking it up. But man, I have gotten, one of you made the comment that your MSF instructor said you've gotten in your own head. And man, I feel that way a little bit, like taking left and right turns. I'm getting worse rather than better. I've just been very nervous, and I think I've got this clutch is going to need to be adjusted closer to spec. Because I think these maneuvers are going to be very hard because I have the clutch biting pretty quickly. So anyhow, I'm going to do some slow walks out here, and then maybe like some left-right turn simulations. And we'll see how we get on here. I'm just practicing the slow walk. Maybe this isn't slow enough. See, I'm going 4. And we know these things are a little inaccurate. They say you should be able to rev the engine and not speed up if you're in that sweet spot. Now this slants downhill here, and I start to feel like I'm just rolling. So I'm going to... like even something as simple as this left turn, I am feeling like, I don't know, man. I think I've gotten in my own head about it. Let's see. Do a slow walk here. Yeah, see here you start to roll a little bit rather than it being the friction zone. The parking lot's got a, oh that's right, I think I wanted to like go crossways because there was less of a slope. This whole parking lot's got a little bits of slopes, so I want to make sure I'm not rolling and trying to control it with the friction zone. Frankly, it's hard to tell right here because it's the slope. Oh, that one was bad. So the difference on that one is I didn't turn the handlebars first. I tried to do it once I took off. So if I come up here, you know, look right, then start to turn. One of the issues I've had is at intersections where you would naturally go into a turn anyway. And I had one on the way here where, you know, do I stay straight when the road naturally kind of slightly turns? And boy, I feel like I didn't have any issues with it until I started thinking about it, working on this stuff. So I'm gonna, you know, no traffic to the right, look left, turn, and look way down. And I think one of the mistakes I've been making is looking at the ditch line, or looking at the vehicle that's coming at me. Let's see. So stop, no traffic, turn, look way down the road. Pick the foot up as soon as we get moving and go. Alright, let's try the right. Right seems to be a little harder for me. Let's see. We're gonna go here, turn. Like, I can already tell this is harder for me. Like way too wide. I went way too wide right there. This is one of those things where I might feel more comfortable if I had somebody here in case I dropped it, or could look at me and tell me what I'm doing wrong. But I think one of the things I'm mainly doing wrong is not turning the bars enough and letting it lean. Let's see. Look left. Turn. Let me turn them more. I feel very extended with my left hand. And so trying to turn that throttle. Now that was tighter because I started with a tighter turn, with the handlebars turned tighter. I'm going to stop and give the clutch a little rest here. I'm doing some test runs in this parking lot to see if anybody harasses me, and if they don't, I might bring a tripod out to record a different view of some of this stuff. And that'll let me watch my own performance on it. Alright, so I'm gonna look left, turn the bars right, and see, like, my left arm is extended almost all the way, and that's full lock for me right there. And you know, Moto Jiu-Jitsu talks about I'm probably butchering that name, whatever his channel name is. You know, the right, he thinks, might be harder for people because you're trying to push, turn the throttle, and keep in mind what you're doing with your brake, if anything. And his idea was, rather than, I guess here you could push rather than lean here. Let's see. So this is way too wide. Like if that was a lane of traffic, I probably would have run into them. Let's see. Let's see. Look, turn. Now that's full lock right there. Yeah, I think I'm going way too slow. See, right, look, I'm going to look way down, lift up my flag. Alright, there, felt better, and I was looking further down to the right and had the bars turned. Okay, turn. Preload, let it out. That one's wider than it should have been. Look left, turn, looking way down. Felt a little like I was going to tip over there, and that's the feeling I think I got to get over. Like I said, I was doing these drills. I did practice these drills and really felt fine on this bike. It's only recently have I felt like, man, I'm not feeling good, and one thing, let me see if I can get in the shade again here and stop for a second. One thing Motorman said in one of his videos that I think I'm experiencing is that on a smaller bike, if you don't master the technique, that when you get to a bigger bike, the effects of it are magnified. And, you know, again, opening my... You know, I think that's what I'm running into, is that some of this stuff, because of the smaller, more nimble bike, which has actually got a more powerful engine, I think, than the Springfield. But on this bike, you know, I could probably covering up some of my lack of technique just because it was a smaller bike, lighter bike. And like I said, I'm probably opening myself up for some criticism to share this and admit it, but you know, now I've gotten kind of in my head on this stuff, and I'm trying to master the technique of what I'm doing so that I understand what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Let's see. That's full lock for me to the left, but I'm gonna, because I don't need as sharp as turn, because we would be over here on the right side. So the left, I don't need as sharp a turn, but maybe I should practice a sharper turn, see how I feel. So now see, I went wide there. As soon as I hit the throttle, this is what I was doing yesterday, the handlebars straighten out on me a little, just enough to take me where I don't want to go. So if I want to stay here, there we go. But I want to do that. Look left, turn. soon as that, see right there? You see what it's so ridiculous, but as soon as I start to turn, I let the handlebar kind of straighten out and go toward the ditch. So turn, preload, get it going, keep looking, and go. I feel like I'm sitting straight up. I think that's where the tripod would help, so I can look at it later. So turn, preload. Alright, that felt better. Right, preload. See how I straightened up the bar there? Mad at myself for this. And that's, I think, what happened at that turn coming here, is that when I started the turn, I was pointed the way I wanted it to be. Right here, I go wide rather than keeping the bars locked, or not even locked. I don't know that they need to be locked, but not straightened to back out. That's locked right there, and my left arm is fully extended. I'm going to preload. That wasn't pretty. It's these right turns that are more troublesome for me. Not to mention, I want to do these from a rolling turn, which Mojo has a number of videos about this. A couple of them are really good. Alright. Come up, left, right, preload. When it starts to move, lift up. Look way down, preload. Still a little too wide. I'm letting those handlebars move ever so slightly to the left when I want to keep them to the right. Let's see. Right. Look way down. Preload. Start to let it out. That one was a lot better. So, when I look left, get it going, immediately pick up my foot and go. Now here, I'm further to the left of this space than I have been on the others. I've been in the middle. Pick up this, now see, right there? That's like an exaggerated, I just let it go at that point, where I straightened the bars back out way too soon. Let's see, preload. Boy, it felt like I was gonna stall. And that goes to be your own boss's point, is that people preload and then let off the throttle as they're engaging the clutch. Let's see. 1, 2. Looking well down. Preload. Let the clutch out. I'm duck walking that left foot more than I should. Look right. Turn. Now even there, the bar started to straighten out, but because I know I've got some buffer room, it's not as noticeable because you're going to the right lane the way I'm practicing this, not the left. If I was trying to go to this first lane, it would be a different story, but all right, look right. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I know I need to do more, but I want to get that cheat sheet and bring it with me out here. I'm not bringing the cones yet, so that I can read them on my phone or on paper and remember, you know, what I should be doing and practicing. All right, I'm gonna get on. We're I think headed to the lake this afternoon to do some fishing with the kids and maybe some friends. So I'm gonna drift my way back home as the others are doing.